My question is, would you rather be Dr. Dre or Suge Knight knowing what we know now?
Yeah, I confess, Father, I confess, 'cause I've been living wrong.
Yeah, so the question is actually very simple. Who would you rather be knowing what we know now? Would you rather be Dr. Dre or would you rather be Suge Knight? I would say 99% of us is going to say they'd rather be Dr. Dre. But yet, on a lot of comments on Latino rap videos, you see it on and on and on, especially guys who weren't really, let's say, gang affiliated or maybe weren't gang bangers in their hoods. You always see cats talking about how this vatos ain't real because they never bang. This vato ain't never been in the joint, so his fucking music is garbage. And I say to myself, wait a minute. If that same thought process was used back in the late 80s, there would be no NWA, man. Let me give you a little history of my rap music as far as what I used to listen to. I've been listening to shit since it began, man. I started listening to rap, not even just rap, gangster music before it was gangster music. I used to listen to Eric B. and Rakim, that's East Coast. DJ Polo, that's East Coast. And then out here, I started listening to Ice-T, King T. You know, that was gangster rap. And then when NWA came out, they just blew up and changed the game, man. But if we were the same way that you guys are acting now, not everybody, but a lot of Latino fucking artists and a lot of Latino fan base, they sit there and just discredit you because you ain't hood or you ain't gang banging. Get the fuck out of here, man. Dr. Dre, for all you guys who don't know, was not a gangster in any way, shape, or form. Ice Cube was not a gangster in any way, shape, or form. Yella was not a gangster in any way, shape, or form. These were young kids who were out there getting their hustle on. They were in the environment and they saw what was going on and they were singing about it, man. They brought light to the hood and brought pretty much the nation out to see what was going on out here in the hood. And that was a great thing. But if we were just going to sit there and discredit them because their street cred, their credentials are not certified, man, you guys are fucking tripping, man. Suge Knight could have been today probably bigger than Jay-Z. Definitely bigger than Puff Daddy, but he could have been even bigger than Jay-Z. My God, that guy had Dr. Dre, Tupac, Snoop Dogg, the Dog Pound, Michelle. I mean, that guy just had so many fucking artists, and everybody wanted to go to death row because they were all glamorized by, or they were all hypnotized by the gang culture and the gang life. So just like when people join gangs, they think it's a great thing, they think it's the coolest thing in the world, and that's what people used to gravitate to until they found out really how it was, how people are getting beat downs for not showing up on time or going over studio time or maybe taking his money, and he just got gangster on him. He bullied people down. He gangstered them out. Look at the guy now, man. Fast forward, guys. This is the thing I tell you guys about YouTube in the world you guys live in now. We can actually go back and look at shit, you know. So this guy had everything that any music person that was in his situation would want, man. He had all the artists. He had all the money he wanted. He was hot as fuck. But the thing was, he wanted to be gangster, man. And you can't live life both ways. When you're trying to run a business or you're trying to get ahead in life, you can't sit there and be a producer on one end and then try to be a thug motherfucker on the other end, because eventually those two worlds are going to collide. And you're going to lose, man. You're going to end up in jail like that sucker. Okay, Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre in today's world, if he were to come out and NWA would come out, would say they will be frowned upon. They would look like straight fucking studio gangsters, like straight punks. But you know what? I'm sure as long as the majority of people who listen to music don't really give a fuck about his street credentials. What we care about is how well his music sounds, how well he can put his verses together, and how overall his voice is, the whole package of how their music sounds, man. Whether it's Cube, whether it's Dre, you know, those guys made some great music. They make gangster music. You know, now I would consider them gangsters. They're not street gangsters by any means, and that's a good thing, man, because if not, we would have lost them to prison or death like we lose all the other talented people who join gangs and end up dying early. I don't know what it is about Latinos and us a lot of times hating on each other. I'm not saying everybody or mostly, but there's always a good 25% that for some reason find a reason to fucking hate on one another, and where we should be actually pushing each other up and getting us forward. You know, when you got guys hating on cats who ain't been in the joint and ain't about that life, but their music sounds good, what you need to understand is if those cats get put on, you're right behind them, homeboy. They're gonna pave the way for you to get your music on. But as long as you guys keep hating on each other and try to push that gang shit, you ain't gonna get nowhere. You're gonna still be fucking crabs in a bucket, you know, bringing each other down, man. It doesn't work like that. You know, with black people, they may not have, like out here in Southern California, we're notorious for the SA gangs and how structured we are and how together we are when we come to county jail and prison. But unfortunately, after that, we lose the structure, man. Black people are quite the opposite. When it comes to gangs, prison, all that, they're nowhere near as structured as us essays. But when it comes to real life, fuck yeah, they're structured, man. Look at that movie Black Panther. That movie Black Panther, there was black people that went and saw that movie 3, 4, 5 times. Why? Because they're trying to put money into that movie. That way the studios will sit there and say, hey, you know what? There's a black market out here. These people are buying this. And you know what? They'll invest more money in making more black movies. And you see that on and on and on with different movies, with different songs, with different artists. Dre is no gangster. Fucking Rick Ross was no real gangster. You can go on and on and on. But they're making that money. They hit mainstream because of their talent and because of their music. Gangster isn't a talent, man. Making music is a talent. Being able to put those rhymes together, that's a talent. But we as Latinos need to get off that fucking train where we're just fucking pushing everybody down, especially in the rap music, man. Listen, there's a lot of rap that I just don't like, Latino or black. There's a lot of rap that I do like. But the ones that I don't like, I don't sit there and just blatantly start saying, oh, your shit's garbage. Oh, you're a fucking leva. You never banged for a hood. Oh, you only living off the fame. Nah, homie. If you're making some good fucking music, you know what? You should be playing your shit, and people shouldn't be hating on you just because your shit sounds better than them. Okay, you went to the joint, you went to the hood, but if your shit don't sound as good as this vatos, guess what? This vato shit's gonna sell, man. The sad part is that most of you Latinos who are doing shit like that, and especially in the music business, what you gotta understand is the music business is kind of like how we used to run the dope game because everything's coming to the Mexicans. Well, everything's going to the blacks. As far as hip hop goes, blacks are running the show, man. And I'm not gonna sit here and fucking fake the funk. They're the ones running the show. And as long as we're fucking beefing with each other, it's gonna be much harder to get through those doors, man. If you guys were to support each other and actually get down with each other music-wise, not gang-wise, man, because gang-wise, in the fucking public sector, that don't mean shit, man. That world is this fucking small, man. In the real world, hip-hop is huge, and we could definitely be a part of it. We are a part of it now, but we're fucking down there, brother. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you and tell you, oh, we're up here, we got the greatest fucking rappers. No, but we definitely have some that will sit there and go toe-to-toe with anybody else. The problem is that they ain't gangster enough for us sometimes. We gotta get off that fucking horse. We need to fucking start educating ourselves and start fucking helping each other out instead of putting each other down, man. So my message is this, man. If you got a Latino artist, his shit sounds good, you shouldn't first thing ask, where's he from? What prison he been to? You know, what's he done? Nah, man, you should ask who that guy's name is, where city he's from, maybe, you know. Start asking some real positive questions. If you start just fucking banging on somebody, you know what? Either bang or do music. You can't do both, homeboy, you know? All of a sudden, fools want to be rap stars, but be gangbangers. Listen, homie, either you a gangbanger or you a rapper. Pick one. But stop banging on fools because they ain't from your hood, or you just don't like their style, or maybe they just sound better than you and they don't bang. So what? Their shit's fucking legit. I'm here trying to push a positive message for the raza, man. But at the same time, we gotta check ourselves. We gotta see what we're doing wrong and stop thinking that the same old shit that we're doing is gonna keep working, man. It's just not. We need to support ourselves with movies. We need to support ourselves with music. We need to stop hating on each other and start getting together, man. The sooner we do that, the more powerful we get, and the sooner we'll start fucking seeing the fruits of our labors, man. Listen, guys, with all that being said, man, I really appreciate the subscriptions. I think we're like at 170 something right now, man. We should be hitting 200 here pretty soon, and hopefully the ball gets rolling, man. Also, the comments, you know, there's a lot of guys coming in the comments. Very cool. I appreciate it. Thank you guys very much. Make sure to hit that like button, and I'll be talking to you guys later, man. Bye.
Yeah, I confess, Father, I confess, 'cause I've been living wrong.